All right, so let's try this again. Basically, we're going to learn how to use the variables that are inside groups. And the first thing we're going to talk about is, okay, this is the assignment group type. So I've made a new type of group called assignment, but assignment is not a variable. It is just a type of group that I can make a variable for. So in order to actually use any of the variables here, um, in order to use any of the variables here, I have to make an assignment variable, uh, which I'm doing right here. So I tell the program to start, and then I hit new. I type new assignment, so a new assignment type of variable, and I call it week 3. When I make that, it already has all of these variables and they're already equal to all of these things because they're the default values. That's why we were making them default or making them equal to default values before, because the default values allow them to have, or it just allows you to create the group without having to worry about setting all of these integers equal to something later on. Now, so to access these variables, what you're going to do is you're going to type, or we're going to do some math with it. So I made the week 3, and then I'm going to talk about answer 1. And answer 1 is going to be something like, I don't know, let's do week 3 times 2. If I do week 3 times 2 and I put that answer into integer, then when I tell the computer to print integer out for me and tell me what's in that variable, it's going to say 300. Because what I did, oh, sorry, I meant .int1. So basically I use the week 3 variable, and I'm using the variable inside that variable, the variable inside that group, to say 150. So this is 150 times 2. So anytime I need to talk about a variable inside a group, I have to use this little period to connect them, because programming languages don't use spaces the way that we use spaces, or words the way that we use words. Using a period is how the vast majority of languages do it, to access variables inside of groups. Anyway, so week 3 is the assignment variable. And then inside the assignment variable, we have int1, which is 150, and then 150 times 2 would be 300. So we get 300 out of this program. So let's do another one. Answer 2. We're going to make answer 2 int1, int2, or sorry, we have to put week 3 every time. In fact, let's do that. int2, and I've put a typo up here. int2 times, or let's do plus, int3, and then our week 3 dot int3. And what I can also do is that when I do that, I can also divide by int4, and then that will give me week 3 dot int4, and that will give me a different answer than if I just do a simple thing. So this, okay, so each part of this is a different part of a problem. So let's just put it in comments down here what's actually happening. Week 3 dot int2 is 22. So 22 right here, and then week 3 dot int3 is 5. So that's plus 5. Now, if you guys remember your PEMDAS, which you really need to know, most programming languages follow PEMDAS, so knowing it is really, really important. So, okay, I've got 22 and 5, so that's 27. And then I've got the division symbol here, and remember, you can use either one, so we got the division symbol here, and we got week 3 int 4, divide by 3. All right, so I divide by 3. It is 27 divided by 3. That's just 9. All right? So if I print it out, answer 2 to the console, it should give me 9. Make sense? All right, so let me show you what the assignment is so that you guys can get started on it. Now, the assignment is, it's got a few steps to it, but really it's just so that you guys have unique numbers. I don't want everyone picking the same number and saying, oh, hey, look, here's the answer. If you pick the same numbers, I'm going to ask you to do it again before I give you a grade. All right, so pick randomly 2 numbers. One of them is from 100 to 500. So I picked 342. And don't pick my number, please. Second number has to be one from 1,000 to 5,000. So you got to write a program that would give you these numbers. You have to get these numbers when you print out your answer. But you have to use the variables in the assignment group and operators. So let me go through my example, and then you can try it out on your own. Remember, you also have to print out the answers that you get. So I'll start out. Print. I'm just going to put these ahead of time so that they're there. And so again, I'm going to give you this. I'm just going to give you basically the setup so that you don't have to type all of this down. Okay. So anyway, so new assignment, and we're going to put example as the assignment variable. So okay, so example is the assignment variable. We have to get to 342, and we have to get to 2050. Now, you could write a huge program where you add things over and over and over and over again. But if you want to impress me, be clever. Try to figure out quick ways to get to the numbers that you picked. So, for instance, 342. Okay. There's a reason I put 2, 3, and 5 here. 2, 3, and 5 are prime numbers, and so you can multiply these prime numbers to get a lot of the different numbers you need to finish up your problem. So, let's start out with, oh, look, I got 150, right? Okay, that makes it easy. So let's start out with answer 1 equals, and we'll do it in a few different steps. So let's try answer 1 equals example dot int 1 times 2. This gives me 300. Okay, or I was supposed to put int 5. Sorry. Example int 1 times example dot int 5. That gives me 300 because it's 150 times 2. Next, I can keep on working that. Oh, forgot to put new integer answer 1. And don't forget your colon. Computers care a lot about syntax because they have to be absolutely sure that what you're telling them to do is what you want them to do. So unfortunately, that makes it easy for them to follow our instructions, but it makes it easy for us to mess up the instructions too, so you just have to be careful. All these typos that I'm making are pretty normal. All right, anyway, so answer 1, let's change it again. So far we have 300. Let's add something to answer 1. So answer 1 equals answer 1, it equals itself plus, let's add 22 to it. All right, so let's put example.int 2. That's going to make 320. We're very close. We're only 22, 322. 322. We're only 20 short. All right, now let's try this. Let's try another part. Answer 1 equals answer 1 plus example dot, what can we do? What can we do to get that last 20? Well, 2 times 5 is 10, and that times 2 again would be 20. So let's do example.int 5 times example.int 5 times example.int 3. So all I did was 2 times 2 times 5. That is 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So I added 20 to 322. That gives me 342. And I'll write it down like this so that people understand exactly what happened. 322 was here. Then I added 2 times 2 times 5. And then it was 322 plus 4 times 5. So 322 plus 20. Mostly all I want you to do is to practice using these operators so that you don't have to worry, or you're more practiced with it, because this is the simple stuff that you need to know really, really well before you start programming more stuff. That example took a lot longer than I thought it would, so I'll leave this 2050. I guess that is up for grabs now, but I will do more examples on Friday during the meeting. Again, you can ask for help at any time on Remind, and remember, any text editor is fine. I'm going to try to post this language, or this not the language, but just the color, the file that tells Notepad++ how to color the text, so you guys can start using it. Because I think I've settled on everything I want to add to it. So, all right. Again, just ask me for help if you need it.